Hello everyone, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. I decided I wanted to try my hand at some aircraft stuff now that we have a couple of missions that it looks like we might be able to take care of. We have a pilot in here, good. Um, this thing is not fully tested. I messed around with it a little bit in, we'll call them simulations, just to see if it would fly and stuff. And it seems like it will probably work. Landing might be something of an issue, but it was okay. We'll say that much. And I accepted a mission to go do a low altitude survey. Do I not have? I guess I don't have brakes on this thing. That's wonderful. Can we stop, please? Just kind of want the engines to get me stopped. Okay. Well, look at the map here. Looks like we need to head up north somewhere. Wonder how close to that place. I need to be 70 below 17,000. That's going to be easy enough to do. I chose this one because it was a low altitude one compared to the other. Whoa, we are going to roll off the runway, which might not be a bad thing because the runway looks bumpier than the ground around here, but let's go ahead and give it the beans here. And hopefully we won't go flying off the runway. Probably if I'm going to be flying much, I should spend the money right away on getting this thing paved. This is a little ridiculous. I don't know how fast I need to be going to take off, but pulling up. Oh god, she's wiggling. She is wiggling. Oh, that was a smooth takeoff. So yeah, apparently there are some issues to be worked out. Can I hold steady with SAS? Not quite. Need to pitch up. Do I have mech jeb capabilities on this thing? There's smart ASS, which isn't gonna help. I would like to have the space plane thing, but I guess that's not gonna happen. So we need to get to banking here, I suppose. Looks like we have tons of fuel. I have no idea how I'm gonna land this thing. That's gonna be kind of scary. Banking is not the quickest. I should probably not have used these winglet things. No. I don't think I have the ability to actually set a target on the map either, so this is going to be fun because the plane seems like it's going to start nosing down when I go into the map unless I'm pulling up, so I'm going to have to do some management here. I'm going to try to just head towards this area because it's probably near those mountains. It's either those mountains or it's near those mountains. And I don't even know if I have the... Yeah, I am... I think I did set the trim. I was going to say I don't even know if I have the ability to set trim, but I seem to have. And it pitches down pretty bad, yeah. It's not, like, disastrous, so I don't have to be paying attention at literally every second, but we're not going to go to a ridiculously high altitude, but I do want to build in a little bit of safety margin here, just so we can get an idea where we're going. I think we're nowhere near on the right heading. It looks like it's actually over that way somewhere. This is a case where a GPS navigation system would come in pretty handy. I should probably install the Figaro GPS thing at some point. But then again, by the time we get to the point where we're launching satellites like that, I would imagine we won't be doing a lot of these go survey whatever things. So we are still going to be working on getting into orbit. What am I doing wrong? So we really need to just head due north. Like over that way somewhere? Let's see if we can get on a heading to north and see how close we are then. This is not a fast plane. It is not a pretty plane. It is not a stable plane. I really wish I had mech jeb ability. I don't know if I put a mech jeb unit on this if I would have the ability to control this. It said, maybe it said attitude. Didn't it say attitude control? I don't know. I don't know if that means for spaceplane control or not, because it would be so nice to not have to be babysitting this quite as much as I am, but it is what it is, and I don't know why it's showing my path as being quite what it is, because I think that's not actually my path. It's gonna be hard to navigate here. I'm very confused. So we're crossing this little gulf here. And yeah, it seems like it's gonna be just kind of off to the left. We're going the right way, so I'm gonna head on out that way. Oh, it's actually climbing on its own now. That's nice. I'm gonna head on out that way, see what we can find, get a little flight time in. I don't know how much good this is gonna do, but it seemed like a good way to get a mission or two in, and I'll probably do a few of these off camera just because they're not very interesting, but I just wanted to show my monstrosity of a space plane here. Can we transmit this? How come it keeps saying I have no comm device? Like, something is wrong with my remote tech. I'm gonna have to look into that, because I definitely have comm device. Wow, this thing looks like it's gonna vibrate itself to pieces. That's slightly disturbing. It's kind of getting going a little fast too. If I take down the thrust, though, it just starts falling out of the sky. It is a rickety plane, if I ever saw one. Oh, there is navigation. Nice. I didn't realize there was. I was about to say, like, this would be impossible without navigation, but apparently there is. So we're mostly on the right course here. It looks like we need to be going about 270 degrees. I don't know how we'll know when we're there exactly, but we shall see. I am entering the site, so let's try to do crew report. Yay, we accomplished a mission. Awesome. So whatever. Did I actually want to keep that crew report though? No, because it's useless. Alright, so I'm going to head back to the Space Center and see if we can actually manage to land this thing. I have my doubts. I'm flying upside down almost here too. Bank, you magnificent flying machine. That's totally what I was going to say. We have lights on this thing, right? Apparently not. Really? No. I can turn on lights in this. Ooh. I haven't actually seen the interior, really, of this thing. It's cool. Seems like that'd be very hard to fly from because I can't see in front of me very well, but I guess real airplanes you can't see in front of you either. Alright, so we're approaching our landing site. I think it's time to cut the thrust down a little bit. Man, this is not going to be easy. This thing is wobbling. It might be easier to just land next to the runway, frankly. It's flatter. It's kind of a glitch, not a glitch, but a flaw in their having this really rough runway. It's like it's pretty darn flat right around it. But we'll try to actually recover correctly here. And it's a little hard to know what my actual altitude is above the ground. It's not big hills here though, so should be okay. I wish there were better lights on the runway. I guess that's probably an upgrade you get too, but I can see it well enough. I mean, it's gray and everything else is green, but just be nice to know a little bit better. Alright, I'm really gonna cut back on the thrust now so we have time to bleed off some of this speed. If we land short of the runway, I kind of don't care. I would really like... Those were the precision controls. Jeez, man. We are not going to be able to line up with this runway at this... Ugh. You know what? I don't know if I want to... Let's just see if we can ditch and land next to the runway. Alright, hold together, baby. Oh, jeez, man. The cockpit's intact. Braking. Well, we lost the wings. Need to get some better stability on this thing. But we made it back to... I almost flipped over doing that. I should put these landing gear maybe out on the wing tips or something. Oh, God, why am I... Well, we can drive up on the runway. Yeah, that ground there is better than the runway. It's kind of silly. I don't think we're going to be taxiing back, but... Is there even a taxi? Yeah, the taxi thing's back there. Alright, let's just stop this crazy contraption. Whew. Well, we can log the temperature probably, get some science from the runway here. Can we do a crew report from the runway? We sure can. If I do an EVA, am I going to just fall out of the plane? Probably. So let's call that good. Recover the vessel, see if we have any better missions that we can do. Definitely lost some money on that one in terms of the amount of damage we did to the plane. Oh well. And no XP gain, that's fine. How much does it cost to upgrade that? 75,000. And we're not really in a position to be doing that yet. So these are focus observation, focus temperature survey, 16,000, or whatever. Don't want to do that right now. Tourist thing. What is this? Are they suborbital? I have a part now that I can carry 2 people. It's a decent amount of reputation that we get. It's not a ton of money. It might be worth doing just so we can finally get our space tourism going here. So I'm going to modify a vessel for getting a couple of Kerbals on a nice little trip here, see what we can do for that, and I will be back momentarily. Alright, so this is what we're going to be launching with our 2 tourists on board. It has the Mark 1 crew cabin, and then there's a heat shield here, extra parachute, so hopefully everything will be recoverable. And I think we're good to go try to launch this thing. I didn't make sure that it was daytime, did I? We know, just fast forward to daytime. We don't need electricity or anything while we're on, I'd rather do this during the day. We don't need electricity or anything while we're on the launch pad here because the umbilicals, I guess, are hooked up and stuff. There we go. That'll be good enough for the daylight. And SAS is already on. Thrust is probably good at 1/4. Let's move this thing up. We have our orbit info. Just double checking everything looks right. So let's go. Let's go. So I'm just going to leave the thrust down on the main engine while we're in this initial stage where we have the solid rocket boosters to help us out, because we don't want to get going at a ludicrous speed here. They're at 50% thrust and they still seem to be kind of kicking our butts here. Probably getting close to terminal velocity. So main engine is pretty much off right now. Yeah, main engine is off now. Alright. Give a little bit of thrust here. And that would seem sort of successful. Make sure we keep accelerating. And start a little bit of a gravity turn here. See if we can, I want my precision controls again. There we go. It's like it's such a gross amount of movement that you get out of things. Alright, there we go. I believe we are going to succeed finally in space tourism, which is kind of cool. I don't know that this was necessarily really worth all the money, but I think we'll make enough, and we should be able to pretty much launch these guys indefinitely like this until we get better parts at least. It's a good way to make money. I probably won't do too many of these space tourism missions on screen here because they're pretty much all going to be the same thing. I'm going to try to get over towards 45 degrees. I don't know why I keep getting kind of just slightly off of where I want to be here. Alright. We're going to make it into space. And then the real question just is if they will actually survive the flight, I guess. But I think I have enough parachutes and stuff that they should be okay, in my opinion. Nice and easy. Hopefully we can get some money earned so that I can upgrade my space, my vehicle assembly building. That's kind of one of the next things I want to do because I'm still limited to 30 parts, which kind of is not the best. Let's go full thrust now. And we are definitely going into a suborbital trajectory here. Awesome sauce, because we have another stage here to go. I think we're going to make it on this stage alone. Alright. Boom. And there we go. Not super interested in getting too pretty of a ballistic trajectory here. It doesn't matter that much. I do want to take a look at the IVA when we can. I need to make sure I don't go into orbit by mistake here. I don't think I quite have enough fuel, but it's, I don't know, it's kind of close. It's not going to be quite enough, I don't think, but maybe actually it will. The rate we're accelerating here, let's actually burn a little below the horizon. You know what? I think we probably could make orbit. No, we're going to be just short, but pretty close. We'll call that good enough. And cut this thing loose. I would like to take a look. Let's actually, it's a good idea to get in the practice of quick saving before we switch to IVAs. I've never seen the inside of this, so. Oh, it doesn't have an interior. Oh, that's wonderful. This does... Oh, this... What? Okay. It's pretty cool. This is a very touristy looking little thing we got going here. We got a little table. I like this interior. So the other thing does have an interior. It's just I thought I was clicking on the other one. Whatever. That works out. So let's turn off the SAS and just go through our magical little flight here. I think this might be the farthest I've gone above Kerbal. Got a really good view of it. I mean, obviously I've done... There's this weird texture issue with the improved visualization mod. There's just, I guess the Terminator screws it up. That's weird. That is very weird indeed. Alright, let's see if this thing writes itself correctly here, if I need to do it when we get into the atmosphere here. I wish we were coming in on the light side of the planet, but we went a little too high for that. I'm gonna manually flip it around just to be on the safe side. Whoa, settle down. Crazy. Turn off the SAS, see if it stabilizes itself. The atmosphere is not really picking up quite yet here. They look so happy. Wonder if they'll be as happy when we... I think she's my pilot, right? I think she's the pilot, and yeah, these two are the passengers. Okay. Hold together, little parachute. Wish I had more, I should have put a service bay. I could have put the parachutes kind of inside. But again, I'm at that part limit all the time. Why are we so far off of our trajectory? Okay, it's righting itself. Please don't explode. We're still way off. Let's go ahead and see if we can actually write that. I don't understand why it would be so off balance. Nothing seems like it's heating up too badly here. I think we're going to be fine. Still got a lot of speed to bleed off here, but... So much ablative material in these things. I never go through anywhere near all the ablative material. I guess like you could reuse them. Like go land something on Duna and then return. Well, Duna doesn't even have that much of a... atmosphere. I don't know why there's so... I guess it's better to have way more ablative material than you need, because I never really go through more than like 15 or 20 points of it, which is like 10%. And we're taking some time to get the speed bled off here, but we're below 25 now, so it should really start slowing us down here. And after this, I think we're going to be ready to go attempt our launch of an orbital vehicle. Why is it pulling off? I think it's trying to flip around or something. I don't know. Oh, I don't like that. The heat's starting to get up on the cockpit there. The command pod, rather. I'm having a hell of a time keeping it on course. I don't know why this thing's unstable. Not gonna matter soon. There we go. Everything calm down. Nice, nice, nice. So turn that off, and we'll just let it do its thing. Open the parachutes when it says it's safe, and we should be good to go. So I will cut the recovery here unless anything goes terribly wrong. Man, we are still coming in kind of... Glad there was no mountain range we were coming in above. Took a while. Alright, mission accomplished. Let's see, recover vessel. Yep, mission accomplished. Yay! So I'm going to go ahead and modify a ship to... I'm probably going to use the same basic design. Just remove that crew cabin, and we'll be able to, I think, launch something that will go into orbit. So I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.